Anyway, is this gonna be the final one? Is this actually like the final level here? Beat the minions? Level 56. My squad level's 63. Anyway. Oh, we have the boss battle music. I love Lemmy's sound. He sounds like a weird engine Lego revving up. But yeah, one of these days soon. Oh my goodness. One of these days soon I want to stream Bravely Second. I was under the impression that we'd be able to start it soon, like right after I finish this game. But one, this game has taken much longer to beat than I thought it would. And two, I can't even start Bravely Second right after this because there's too many other things to do. Too many other games in the backlog right now of new releases. Oh, it's Roy, I just noticed. But like I always want to have like typically one home console, one handheld, and one playthrough game going at a time max in terms of what things I'm streaming a playthrough of. But there have been so many new releases back to back that I can't keep up with. Like Fire Emblem Three Houses, it came out over a month ago, but and there's 4 routes, and I'm not even halfway through my second one yet, and I have over 100 hours in, so that's like a big source of my backlog. And then there's Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 3, which released out of nowhere. They released the trailer, and it was like, hey, you can play this right now. Like, it was such a weird release. It was such a weird release of a game that came out of nowhere. And now on Friday, Link's Awakening for the Switch is coming out, so it's like, oh, come on, man. Here I am hoping to only have like one new release thing going at a time max, but it's hard to do that when there's this backlog. Like I've been having a backlog ever since the beginning of this year. Like this game, for example, this came out in January, so I plan to stream it as a new release, but only managed to start this in like later into February or something like that for Bowser Inside Story, I think it was. But the backlog now is like nothing I've ever experienced before when it comes to streaming. And it's mostly because of Fire Emblem Three Houses. Because, oh my goodness, what a long game. Oh boy. After I finish my second playthrough, which is still gonna be a while, I might take a break from it for a while just to catch up. But I can't just take a break from it in the middle of a playthrough, that'd be silly. So now I have no idea what to do with myself. But yeah, if by the OST on iTunes it has poor looping in the battle music for Bravely Second, that sucks. Good thing I get all my game music from YouTube. Something I despise about Bravely Second is that all the main character themes are rock songs instead of them all being super unique. Yeah, I didn't feel. Wait, is Magnolia's a rock thing? Well, I guess if you do the special move during battle. I don't remember as much about the Bravely Second soundtrack right now as I wish I did, but I do remember quite enjoying that. But when I think of like Bravely Second / Default, I usually think of tunes that like exist in both the games. Typically. But yeah, at this point, it's seeming like I set out at the beginning of this year, like, oh, after we finish Bowser's Inside Story plus Bowser Jr.'s Journey, we're gonna immediately go into Bravely Second. Like that'll be the next handheld thing. And after Xenoblade Chronicles 1-2 Tournament, we're gonna go straight into Okami HD. Both of those kind of didn't work out as planned because of all the new releases that are coming out and kind of filling up this backlog. Because new releases I have to get to like right as they're released, you know, to, you know, show off this new stuff that people can get hyped around instead of waiting until like a month after and everybody's like, oh, I've played and beaten it before. Like it's not exciting anymore. So now I'm stuck, man. In 2 days, when Link's Awakening comes out, for the first time, I'm gonna be stuck with 3 games in like the new release hypothetical slot of what to stream. So hopefully we can get this handheld thing out of the way. Like hopefully this is the final battle here. But you know, oh my goodness, that's a lot of damage, isn't it? But 3 games in the new release slot. And then I think something's coming out in the middle of October. Is it Luigi's Mansion 3 or is that the end of the month? I think something else might be also coming out in the middle of October that I want to do as well. I think there's 2 releases in October that I want to get to. I don't remember. But I know that I also wanted to start a new playthrough in October. Something spooky themed, which I currently, if people here haven't seen the poll, there's currently a poll live in my Discord server where you can vote for like what playthrough you want to see that's like spooky themed for October. My oh my. Ah, I jumped. Ow. Like, so I'm gonna have to be adding something to the mix that's like spooky themed, which is either gonna be Luigi's Mansion, Soma, Telltale's Walking Dead, Planet Coaster Spooky Park, or Zombie U a second attempt. Those are the 5 options there. But yeah, Bravely Default's character themes perfectly describe their character without a single word, and the emphasis on a specific instrument in the themes make them all sound unique. Second, meanwhile, it gives everyone a rock tune that are also samey, legit forget which theme belongs to which character sometimes. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense there. I definitely very much enjoyed the uniqueness of the themes in Bravely Default. But like when I think of the themes for the characters in Bravely Second, I can't really recall them. But I guess that also speaks to like a difference in quality. It probably wasn't memorable enough for me to remember them. It's kind of like the quality of the story of Pokemon Mystery Dungeon 3. I talk about it being bad, but like I can't speak for facts because I literally don't remember it because it was so unmemorable. Like all I can say is I figured the story of Pokemon Mystery Dungeon 3, Gates to Infinity, is terrible. Because I played it and I don't remember a single thing about it. Like it just didn't connect with me. So if I don't remember profoundly what the character themes are like in Bravely Second there, probably means it wasn't anything that crazy. Oh my goodness, there's a freaking powered up Bowser. Oh no. Bravely Default, BlizBlue are 2 games that perfectly describe the characters and music. Yeah, stole them. Oh my goodness. Well, this is a post-game final boss if I've ever seen one. Let me tell you. Oh my, it is a very good thing that I am over-leveled. BlizBlue does it with a mostly metal soundtrack. What console is that on again? What is that game again? Oh my goodness, I got most of them. Sweet. Sweet, man. Look how little damage I'm taking. I grinded for so long before this. It's so good. Man, my dudes have not gotten a single special off yet. My oh my. They're doing specials so rapidly. Here, let's do this. Oh, maybe not. Well, I mean, it's close. It's a close battle here. You know? Alright, let's get back some health there. There's no point denying, so I'll just use another rally, I guess. In hope that we get some specials. Just cross my fingers here. Because that Bowser's probably going to be pretty tough. If I had to guess. Come out on PlayStation console, but pretty sure some of them are on Xbox, and Calamity Trigger is definitely on PC. Huh. Yeah, I don't really know that much about other consoles. Like, my first console was a PS2, but the only thing that I was really into on that is Sly Cooper. Which, by the way, I've been looking into the Sly Cooper trilogy again recently. Now being, like, 20 years old instead of, like, a child. And looking back on the story of that trilogy, it's actually so much better than I was like, able to acknowledge as a kid. It makes me really, really want to stream it. But, you know, I can't. There's too many other things. I'll probably just do like the yearly thing with it. Probably. Whoops. But yeah, looking back on the story of the Sly Cooper games, it's actually so good. My oh my. Rude. No, don't send Larry to the stratosphere. No! Alright, one-on-one here. Here we go. Oh, well, then let me one-shot him. So on the Frederick Gregory Anthony Williams, I assume that's supposed to be Carvia, not Cavia, the second. Nice anima. Did we do it? Did we beat this game? Really and truly? We did it, right? Quest completed. You did it! Heck yeah. Can I finally take this game off of my list of games to stream? Can I finally remove it? According to the game, I did it. Heck yeah. Oh man, I've never been so relieved to see 3 words in my entire life. Oh my goodness, those level ups. Whew. Those are a lot of beans there. Clear all quests. We did it. We did it. We finally and truly beat the game. Oh boy, we did it. Every single quest is done. Whew. Oh my goodness, it's finally done. We can take this off the list. So right now, instead of having 3 games on the to-do list of Bowser Jr.'s Journey, Garden Warfare 3, and Fire Emblem 3 Houses, we're now down to 2. That's 1 thing off the list, but in 2 days, on Friday, Link's Awakening comes out, and it's gonna be back to 3. But at least once Link's Awakening comes out, it's gonna be a little less hectic, because I never, ever have to worry about this game again. I mean, when I beat Bowser Jr.'s, or when I beat Bowser Inside Story, sorry, I originally said that I was gonna try the gauntlet of that, and like the thanks for the 10 bits, Anima. Like, I originally said I was gonna do the gauntlet in that, like I was gonna grind up and try to beat like Bowser X and stuff like that. But grinding in Bowser Inside Story is way too long, and like, I don't think I have it in me to do that. I think I'm gonna call this series once and for all. I think here now we're gonna finally conclude Mario and Luigi Bowser Inside Story plus Bowser Jr.'s Journey. So it's September 18th, it's finally been. What day did I start this again? Hold on, let's open like a new tab here. Can I open a new tab? Here, let's open a tab here. Let's see here. Let's go to my channel here, which I channel. Which I just changed the name of the channel like yesterday from Harmonia to Acoustic Harmonia so that I could have my own custom link under Acoustic Harmonia instead of Harmonia followed by some random numbers or something like that. Hold on, playthroughs. This one is, oh, I didn't even have to hit that tab, it's right here. Freaking, oh, why did I think February? I must have been getting mixed up with something else. Yeah, I was originally gonna say like March. Whoops, sorry, that's my sideways one. I was originally gonna say like towards the summer or something like that I started it, but something in my head told me February, so I said February early, so sorry, that was a lie, I guess. Whoops. But anyway, I started this a little bit into like university summer, since I had my exams done within the first 2 weeks of April. So this must have been like my first week off probably from university for the summer. I started that. So that game went from, really, I beat it June 2nd. That wasn't actually super long. I guess that's over a month. That's like a month and a half there. But then like a week break between these 2 games here to June 8th, 2019 started. To beaten that day, and that's the day that we beat the final boss. Let's record this right now. It's gonna be freaking September 18, 2019. There we go, easy peasy, fixed. There we go, updated. Look at that. So this playthrough we started on April 20th and are now done September 18th. Oh my goodness, this took much longer than I thought it would. Oh boy. Man, oh man, there's the finale. There was the final boss. Oh boy. You know, if I realized how long this playthrough was gonna be when I first started it, I might not have started it. I thought this was gonna be a short day. Oh yeah, it was started on Weed Day. I probably mentioned something about that on the first day, don't I? Maybe, I don't know. Like, man, oh man. That is quite a while, isn't it? There we go, there's April. Man, some time has passed, huh? Boy, oh boy. But yeah, the last time I played Bowser Inside Story, before streaming it here, I beat it in 1 week. So I was under the impression that it would be shortish. Like, the last time I played it before this playthrough here was actually in grade 11 on an optional Spanish class trip to Costa Rica. I started my playthrough of it on the plane to Costa Rica, and I beat it, like I beat the final boss of Bowser Inside Story on the plane back from Costa Rica. It was perfectly timed for like the week that we were there. It was perfect. But yeah, it took me like 1 week before, so I was under the impression like, oh, this is gonna be like a short RPG. And then this happened. Then this all happened. So I am very, very relieved to finally have this done and out of the way. Hey look, I just uploaded a part of it today. Yeah, short RPG. I figured it was like a shorter than normal RPG here, is what I figured. Anyway, I'm gonna call the stream here, take a bit of a break. I'll come back with like one of the other 2 games that are on the list of playthrough things to do. So either 3 Houses or Garden Warfare 3, one of those 2. Try to get a little bit more progress done in those before Link's Awakening comes out, and then it's like, oh man, I have 3 now. But yeah, the only short RPGs are NES era stuff and Chrono Trigger. But it's freaking Mario. Man, if I ever do a series on like all of the Mario and Luigi games, it's gonna be like the longest thing. Even then, Chrono Trigger is 15 hours. I was under the impression that this would be a 20-hour game at most. Like, hold on a hot second here. Hold on, uno momento. Let's see here. How long to beat Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story. How long to beat.com. Look, freaking 22 hours. 22-hour story. How much time do I have into this? How much time, I wonder? And you're tired of writing right now? Then take a break, Anima. No, I don't want to see my thing live here. Hold on. How many hours do we have into this freaking thing? Collections. Freaking... Hold on. Here it is. So, that's like 4.5. So this is like 6. So that's like 9.5. And then that'd be like 18 there, basically. 13, 15... 16, 7. Oh, I guess it was shorter then. Why did it take me so long then? Anyway, plus this stuff is like another thing. So the main story only took me like 17 hours. Why did it take me so many months to beat it? What the heck? I don't know. I don't know, man. Oh, man, oh, man. I made half the story right now and it's almost done, so it's gonna be like a short story then, you say? Allenby also says that Final Fantasy Tactics, a 30-hour game, is 50 hours long. Wow. Nice. Oh boy. Anyway, apparently it takes me a couple months to beat a 17-hour long game. Oh well. Anyway, I guess at the end of all my playthroughs, I always typically give a discussion on what I thought of the game. Like, I probably gave most of the discussion on Bowser Inside Story when I beat that, so do I have anything else to say about Bowser Jr.'s journey that I didn't in, like, the finale episode of the final boss? I think I said most of it then. Like, at the end of the day, I did really like this game. I do like that they added on this side story to Bowser Inside Story. I really like how it coincides with Bowser Inside Story. And at the end of the day, I am glad that I got to experience it. It was a bucket load of laughs, and I couldn't stop laughing at that one Iggy part where he was talking like all the youngsters do. Yeah, the story is actually good in Bowser Jr.'s journey. Like, it's not good from a standpoint of like a story-intensive game like, say, Xenoblade Chronicles. But for a game where Bowser Jr. is the main character, and you're going around the Mushroom Kingdom trying to cure the Blorbs, for that premise, yeah, it's a good story. It's like, what the heck? I wasn't expecting that. This story's actually good for what it is. Like, if there was a story this basic in a story-intensive game like Xenoblade, it'd be like, wow, this story sucks. But for what it is, a story about Bowser Jr. on his adventure to clear the Blorbs, it's actually surprisingly really good. That really blew me away. Like, for what it is, I feel like it couldn't have been done better. Well, maybe a little bit, but I feel like for what it is, perfected that formula. If it would have been any more serious than it was, it would have been completely out of place for Bowser Jr. If it would have been any less serious, then like it wouldn't be as good. Yeah, you're number 2 again, and Paul Manon took your place. After Paul Manon noticed that it was booted down to 2, Paul Manon kind of took your place. And do I even say he or she for Paul Manon? I never even know. Paul Manon's been around here for so long, but I don't even know. Maybe one day I'll ask. So I usually just refer to them by name. Just donate 10,000 bits, easy peasy. No, please don't. Please don't. You've already given enough as is as a crazy generous mad lad. You don't need to do more. Well, I'm gonna call the stream here. I'm glad I got to experience that game. I'm also glad that it's done now. I'll be back later with one of the other 2 playthrough games. I'll be sure to take that off the list of current playthrough things on Discord and just write it. Like, typically I always have one thing in the handheld slot, so now I would shift down to being Bravely Second. And I do have the layout ready. I've shown this before, but I do have the thing here ready. Like, if I turn off this stuff, like, this is what's next. Next time we stream off of this setup here, this is what we've got next. Pulls out wallet, you're kidding? Yeah, you better not. You better not do that. You're already crazy enough as is there. But yeah, next handheld playthrough is gonna be this. And typically I always have something going on in the handheld slot, but we've got too many other things right now. We're gonna take a little bit of a break before our next handheld game. But coming up is what we've got coming up, and I look very forward to starting this. So yeah, also I have nobody in the jar on this layout. Maybe I should fix that. I could always turn Darkrai back on. Where's Darkrai? There he is. Bam. He's in front of the jar. Freaking bam. Stay in the jar, Darkrai. That's where you belong, okay? But yeah, so thanks all for stopping by and hanging out, and I'm gonna call the stream here for now. I'm so glad this is over. And yeah, so see ya.